Shalom, Israel. Shalom, shalom. All praise to the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Masha Wamala Adawan Nawa Yahweh Shai. All praise to the Heavenly Father for His mercy and grace, keeping us safe throughout this, throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout every Shabbat, and giving us His mercy and grace, and waking up another day, another night, from another night, in the truth of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom, shalom. As you see the title of this video, who is Satan? Right? Is Satan the Most High? Does Satan work for the Most High? Did Satan fall? Is Satan great enemy of the Most High? What is the role of Satan? Right? Because one thing you got to understand, you got to always understand your enemy. Right? The best way for you to overcome your enemy is that you have to understand him, the adversary. Because what does Satan mean? Satan means adversary. So we're going to get right into it. You're going to find out that Satan works for the Most High. Yes, Satan is an angel of the Most High, but on the left-hand side. Right? Didn't the Most High say this? This is Sirach chapter 18 and verse 3. It says, who governeth the world with the palm of his hand, and all things obey his will. All things obey the will of the Most High. Right? For he is the king of all. By his power dividing holy things among them from profane. Everything obeys the Most High. So when these Christians, they keep on going and say how Satan fought in heaven and, he took the angels, so on and so forth, blah, blah, blah. They love getting that from where? From Revelation. But let's see some about Revelation. The book of Revelation, let's see 1 and 1. Let's start at 1 and 1. It says right here, the revelation of Yahushua Mashiach, Jesus Christ, which the Most High gave unto him to shew unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. Right? Things that must come to pass. So Revelation is a book of revealing the future. Right? But these guys, so Satan been existed since then. But let me read on. It says, and he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John, who bare record of the word of the Most High, and of the testimony of Yahushua Mashiach, and of all things that he saw. Right? He's revealing all things that he saw. These things are the things that must come to pass. These things are future prophecies that the Most High gave John through the Spirit, right? Because again, these Christians, they like to say how Satan fought in heaven, and he fought heavily, things like that, and he fought against Michael. They talking about things that they have no understanding of, right? But let me read verse 3. It says, blessed is he. Right? Salakia. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy. This is the words of prophecy. So they love to say, let's go to it. Let's go real quick. Revelation 12 and verse 7. Right? We're going to go straight into it. It says, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angel fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. So this is where they love to. I'm gonna jump down to verse 9. It says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. That's what Christians, they love to go to and see and say, see, Satan fought against Michael, this, that, and the third, so on and so forth. But in Revelation 1 and 3, well, 1 and 1, and even 1 and 3 says, blessed is he that readeth, and that hear the words of this prophecy. Everything in the book of Revelation, they're future prophecies, right? From that time of John, when John was seeing these things didn't happen yet. They did not happen already. So if Satan supposedly fell from heaven already, from, at that time, how is it that's going to happen again? Again, see, you got to get the proper understanding. Because again, let's go back to Sirach 18. Sirach 18, we're going to start at verse 3 again. Well, I'm going to start at the top. It says, He that liveth forever has created all things in general. The Most High created all things, everything, right? In general, everything. The Most High only is righteous, and there is none other but He, who governeth the world with the palm of His hand, and all things obey His will. For He is the King of all, by His power dividing holy things among them that from profane, right? To whom has He given power to declare His works? And who shall find out His noble acts? Who's going to understand what's going on? Because the Most High, He created everything at the end of the day. Even Satan, He created him for what? For the day of evil. Let's go to Proverbs 16:4. Right? Proverbs 16:4. It says, the Most High has made all things for Himself. Yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil. The Most High created the wicked for the day of evil. All things He created for Himself, right? Let's go back to Sirach 18, Sirach 3. Well, right. I'll read verse 6. It says, As for the wondrous works of the Most High, there may nothing be taken from them, neither may anything be put unto them, neither can the ground of them be found out. All right, so the Most High God, He created everything perfectly for its own purpose. The Most High God, He's the one who does all wickedness on earth. He sends, and how does He do wickedness on earth? He sends these wicked angels, right? He be sending evil angels. Well, He's sending evil angels to do what? To do wickedness. Let's look at Psalm 78 real quick. I know you got to understand the Most High, and He says that after this Psalm 78 and verse 49. It says, He cast upon them the fierceness of His anger, wrath, and indignation, and trouble by sending evil among them. The Most High God, right? Okay, let's not say wickedness, but He's the one who does all evil on earth. The Most High God's not wicked. At the end of the day, we understand that. But this is how He deals with the wicked people. If you yourself is wicked, let me get this real quick. Psalms 18. If you yourself is wicked, this is how the Most High God will walk with you. Right? This is Psalms 18 and 20. I started at 25. It says, With the merciful thou wilt show thyself merciful. And with an upright man thou wilt show thyself upright. So if you're a righteous, upright, merciful person, the Most High God, Yahweh Shah, He will show Himself upright with you at the end of the day. Now, verse 26, it says, With the pure thou wilt show thyself pure, and with the froward thou wilt show thyself froward. The Most High God is not mocked. That you reap, you're going to sow. If you're a bad person, so-called bad, if you're a liar, deceiver, a devil, He's going to send liars, deceivers, and devils your way. If you're a murderer, you live by the sword, you're going to die by the sword. That's how the Most High God functions, right? He sends these evil angels to people because He says He does good, and He does. Let's get this real quick. This is 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 6. It says, The Most High killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. So the Most High God, he's the only one you have to fear. Not no Satan, not no demons, not no nothing. These things, they're only doing the will of the Most High God. Because these guys, they rejoice at doing the will of the Most High God. Let's get this real quick in Sirach 39 and verse 28. We start at verse 28. It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, with which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. These are angels that are above all these things. These are spirits that control all these things. And the Most High God, he created them exactly for that. Teeth of wild beasts, scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. Right? Verse 31, they shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. Therefore, from the beginning, right, I'll rest right here. These guys, they will never transgress the word of the Most High, because they know and they understand they are created exactly to bring destruction on sinners, on wicked people, right? And that's exactly why the Most High God created these guys for. So, hey, you got these guys come. So you keep thinking Satan this, cussing out Satan or saying this, that, and the third. It's the Most High God who's sending Satan your way, these demons your way, to test you. Test you however he wants to test you, whether to test your loyalty or to test you because you've been froward yourself. You've been a hypocrite yourself. You've been a liar yourself. You're a murderer yourself. So you're not, the Most High God is not mocked. That you reap is that you will sow at the end of the day. Right? And we understand this. Let's get a few examples through the scriptures how the Most High God sends these demons your way, man. He sends. Let's get this one. 2 Samuel, right here. This is 2 Samuel chapter 24 and verse 1. It says, and again the anger of the Most High was kindled against Israel, and he moved against them that say, go number Israel and Judah. For the king said to Joab, the captain of the host, which was with him, go now through all the tribes of Israel, from Dan even to Beersheba, and number ye the people, that I may know the number of the people. And Joab said unto the king, now the Most High thy God add unto the people how many soever they be, and 100-fold, and that the eyes of my lord the king may see it. But why doeth my lord the king delight in this thing? Right? So these guys, so right here, the Most High is causing King David to go number the people. That's what it says in verse 1. The anger of the Most High, right? And again, and the anger of the Lord, the Most High, was kindled against Israel, and he moved David against them to say, go number Israel and Judah. Now, let's see another place where that same account is recorded. That literal same account is recorded. But let's see what how they recorded it. 1 Chronicles 21. This is 1 Chronicles 21 and 1. It says, and Satan, right? And Satan stood up against Israel and provoked David to number Israel. And David said to Joab and to the rulers of the people, go number Israel from Beersheba even to Dan, and bring the number of them to me, that I may know it. And Joab answered, the Most High make his people 100 times so many more as they be. But my lord the king, are they not all my lord's servant? Why then does my lord require this thing? Why will he be a cause of trespass to Israel? That's the same exact account, but right here it says Satan stood up against Israel. If a Christian is, or an atheist, or anybody Islamic person is reading this, they're gonna say, you see, the Bible contradicts itself. How in one place it says Satan, the other place it says God, right? If people who don't believe the Bible just are so-called spiritual, they're gonna say whatever they want to say, but they don't understand that the Most High God is in control of all. That's what he says in Sirach 18. He created all things. The Most High God, he's the one Satan doesn't budge without the Most High God say so. Let's get another example, right? And let's get a clearer example this time around. But right here, you see how the Most High God he's the one who sent Satan to go bother Israel, right? Let's go get a clearer one. The classic one, Job chapter 1, right? Because Job chapter 1 is very much, plain upon table, to be honest. This Job chapter 1 and verse 6. We saw that verse 6. It says, now there was a day when the sons of God, keep that in mind too. That's the sons of God. The sons of God are who? The angels of the Most High God. Came to present themselves before the Most High, and Satan came along among them. If Satan fought against God, fought in the heavens, and took up 1/3 of the angels to be under his wing, and so on and so forth, how come Satan go to that meeting that's up in the heavens? How come God, the Most High God, allows his arch-rival enemy, so-called arch-rival enemy, in the heavens, and the heavens is supposed to be pure? How can his arch-rival enemy, Satan, the most so-called filthy person, angel, go up in the purest place, in the presence of the Most High God? Right? That's an answer. That's a question that the Christians or anybody who don't understand the scripts cannot answer. But you're going to understand, because Satan is part of the sons of God. Satan is actually part of the angels that go. And we're going to see he's the angel there's angels on the right-hand side, and there are angels on the left-hand side. Right? Again, right here, verse 7, we're going to read verse 7 says, actually, we're just going to go straight to the point. Verse 12. It says, and the Most High said unto Satan, behold, all that he has is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Most High. So the Most High said, listen, all that he has, you could kill, destroy, do whatever you want. But only him, don't kill him. You cannot kill him. If Satan is the arch enemy of God, how come he's taking straight direct orders from the Most High God? And if the Most High God is not in control of Satan, how come he is giving him straight direct orders, and Satan did not dare not to obey his will? Right? The scripture says, who can resist his will? That's in Romans 9. Nobody can resist the will of the Most High God. Right? And that includes the angels, man. That includes Satan. And Satan, you got to understand, Satan works for the Most High. Right? Let's get another example real quick. Let's go to the classic, Luke chapter 4. We're going to start at verse 6. Right? We're going to read straight to the point, actually, verse 6. It says, this is during the temptation of Yahushua, right? And right here, Luke chapter 4 and verse 6, it says, and the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee, and the glory of them. This is the point. This point you got to pay attention to. For that is delivered unto me, and to whomsoever I will give it. The devil literally says to Yahushua, listen, everything has been delivered unto me. He didn't steal. He didn't break nobody's jaw. He didn't have a fight with Michael, so on and so forth. And he didn't do none of that. He said all these things, all the riches of the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. And then he says, whomever he will give it to, that's who we will give it to. Right? And you got to do your thing, whatever, you sacrifice, bow down to me, so on and so forth. And Yahushua was not about that life. So Yahushua said, nah, you rebuked them. Right? He said he only worshiped the Most High God. But we understand how these Illuminati people, they get down, they bow down to Satan, because these guys, they have no understanding. Esau, the so-called white man, have no understanding. Of course, he's going to bow down to spiritual demon Satan, to the devil. But the devil's only doing its job to deceive. That's his job, to deceive the whole world, right? And we're going to get that for sure. But before we get that, right here, let's jump up to real quick where verse 1. Actually, I'm going straight to the point. Well, I still have verse 1. It says, and Yahushua, being full of the Holy Ghost, returned from Jordan and went and was led by the Spirit into the wilderness, being 40 days tempted of the devil. And in those days he did eat nothing, and when they were ended, he afterward hungered. Right? So this guy, Satan, Satan was sent to go tempt Yahushua. That's a step that Yahushua had to go through. But Satan was sent by the Most High God to tempt Yahushua. Right? So you got to understand these things, man. Let me see something real quick. You got to understand these things. Right. This is Matthew 4:1. It says, then was Yahushua led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. So the Holy Spirit led Yahushua in the wilderness just so Yahushua could be tempted. And because and Satan is right there. Satan is doing his job, which is tempting Yahushua. So the Most High God sent him to go tempt Yahushua. Again, because that's the job of Satan, man. Let's go to 1 Kings real quick. 1 Kings 22. We don't want to get the whole thing. Let's start at verse 20. Let's start at 19. Right? 1 Kings 22:19. It says, and he said, hear thou therefore the word of the Most High. I saw the Most High sitting on his throne, and all the host of heaven standing by him on his right hand and on his left. And the Most High said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall? Salakia, I'm going to read 19 again. It says, and he said, hear thou therefore the word of the Most High. I saw the Most High sitting on his throne, and all the host of heaven standing by him on his right hand and on his left hand. See that? All the host of heaven from his right hand side and on his left hand side. Keep that in mind. Now it says, and the Most High said, who shall persuade Ahab, and he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said on this matter, and another said on that manner. So the Most High God is saying, who's going to go and persuade Ahab to go and get killed in Gilead? Well, which one of you guys going to do that? Everybody's saying their piece, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. The Most High, he's not really going to work. That's not what he wants. Now, verse 21, it says, and there came forth a spirit and stood before the Most High and said, I will persuade him. And the Most High said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so. Now therefore, now I'm read 23. Now therefore, behold, the Most High has put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets, and the Most High has spoken evil concerning thee. Now the Most High God has put a lying spirit in the mouth of all the prophets of Ahab, so just so that he can go and get killed in battle. So the Most High God sends lying spirit, and that's the angels on the left hand side. Cause no, you think he sent angel Gabriel to go do that, be a lying spirit, or he sent what's his name, Michael? No, he sent a spirit that's their job. That's supposed to be their job. The spirit that's, okay, I'll be a lying spirit. I'll go lie to him, so on and so forth. When a person is lying for no reason, or for no reason, that's a lying spirit you got on you, man. That's a wicked spirit you got on you. So the Most High God, he sent that lying spirit to Ahab. So you got to understand, the Most High God, he's the one who's in control of it all. At the end of the day, people can't be walking around reading the Bible thinking that Satan is powerful enough to fight against the Most High God, or to fight to not do the will of the Most High God. Let's get this real quick. No angel, nobody is able to resist his will. Let me see. It's not 17. No. Verse 19. It says, thou will so then unto me. Why does he found fault? For who has resisted his will? Nobody can resist the will of the Most High God. The Most High God will do all his pleasure, man. At the end of the day, that's what he's gonna do. All his pleasure. Let's get that real quick. Isaiah 46. And Salakia. Right, in verse 10, it says, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient time, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. Right? I'll reverse now real quick. It said, remember the former things of old, for I am the Most High, and there is none else. I am God, and there is none like me. There's nobody or nothing like the Most High God, man. Satan cannot fight against the Most High. The Most High God will kill Satan. It's I believe the scripture says somewhere how the Most High, if he came into this realm or something like that, the Most High, all his creation would, I don't want to butcher it, but nothing can sustain nothing can be in the presence of the Most High, right? Only the Most High is that powerful. So how could Satan himself be able to fight against the Most High? The Most High God doesn't need anybody. He uses people, he uses angels, but the Most High God can fight his own battle. He's the Most High. He created everything. At the end of the day, he knows how to destroy everything with the snap of a finger. So, again, Satan, he works for the Most High God. He's an evil spirit that the Most High God created for the day of evil, for the day of vengeance, for the day of wicked, right? And that's who he's gonna send to destroy the earth, to destroy all his enemies, man. Right? To the right now, and during Jacob's struggle, and Yahweh himself, he's gonna come and finish the whole job. But Satan is only here to be deceived, to deceive the people, man. Real quick, let's get this real quick. Sirach 21 and 27. It says, When the ungodly curseth Satan, he curseth his own soul. Right? When you cursing Satan, when you're an ungodly person, a person of no understanding, you cussing out Satan, so on and so forth. You saying madness about Satan is only doing the will of the Most High God at the end of the day. Right? That's why you don't see nowhere in the scriptures where Yahweh cussed out Satan or anything like that. He rebuked them. He said, "Get behind me." Because Satan is the enemy. He understands that. And when he's in the flesh, he's weak, and Satan could, try to deceive him, is trying to deceive him into not doing the will of the Most High. But he never said, "Man, forget you saying, don't you know I'm this, that, and the third, I could kill you, blah, blah." Nah, man. Yahweh is not offended by Satan, nor is he angered by Satan. He takes the proper measures when he's in the flesh. He took the proper measures, and he dealt with it and whatnot. He understood and knows who Satan is. So you got to know your enemy before you actually attack your enemy. Yahushua knew his enemy, man. He knew who Satan is, man. You can't be like these Christians thinking this, that, and the third. This is Amos 3:6. It says, "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Most High has not done it?" Shall there be evil in the city, and the Most High God, Yahweh has not done it? The Most High God, he's the one who does all evil on earth, man. He's the one who sends all these things on earth, man. Right? So how could Satan be a solo agent or whatever? How could Satan say, I'm gonna do my own thing from now on, forget you? Nah, man. The Most High God, he sends these evil angels. Let's get this real quick. He gives you over to a reprobate mind, whatever your wickedness is. This is Romans 1:24. It says, "Wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness through the lusts of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves." Right? The Most High God could give you over to a reprobate mind, man. This verse 26, it says, "For this cause Yahweh gave them up unto vile affections," right? "For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature." The Most High God, you don't want to change. You don't want to be a righteous person. The Most High God will give you up over to wickedness, man. Let's get this real quick. 2 Thessalonians 2:10. It says, I saw that verse 9. I saw that verse 9. It says, "Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders." That's the so-called white man, right? He's the one who bows down to Satan, not knowing what he's doing because he's profane and don't understand nothing, right? Verse 10, it says, "And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie." The Most High God sends strong delusion by the hands of Satan. Satan works for the Most High God. People don't understand that. Satan is not a solo agent out there doing whatever he wants, doing what he wills. He does the will of the Most High God. Satan does not dare to step out of line when it comes to the Most High God. He may deceive you. He will deceive you. He will tell you all these other things, but at the end of the day, he does not care for you. He will always lie to you. But that's because that's what the Most High God created him to do. And you yourself, you will have to make that decision to come out. And that's why the Most High God created him. Real quick. What am I looking for? Which one do I want? Let's get Sirach 15. This is Sirach 15. I start at 13. It says, I start at 14. It says, he himself made man from the beginning and left him in the hand of his counsel. If thou wilt to keep the commandments and to perform acceptable faith, he has set fire and water before thee. Stretch forth thy hand unto whether thou wilt. Before man is life and death, and whether him liketh shall be given him. See that? Whatever you want, that's what's going to happen to you. The Most High God lets you to make that decision. We understand man's goings of the Lord, but the way it's being played out is the way it's being played out. It's us living life. And us living life, we have a choice to make where we are, we all understand, again, man's goings are of the Lord. But, it's how it's being played out is how it's being played out. And that choice to make is whether you want to do evil or you want to do righteousness. But at the end of the day, the writing has been on the wall already, but it's just being played out. And for the whole earth to see and understand what's wicked and what's righteous, right? So you're going to choose life or death. But the Most High God, he's the one who sends these things your way, right? And when it says right here in James chapter 1, and we'll start at verse 13, it says, let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High, for the Most High cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man, right? He doesn't tempt any man in the sense of he himself, because he knows what's right and what's wrong, because he made right and from wrong, right? It says, but every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed, right? Then when the lust has conceived, it brings forth sin, and sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death, right? When you sin, it's out of your own lust, right? You're tempted out of your, when you actually sin, you do it. The Most High God is not telling, even Most High God can, just like Job, he sent Satan to Job, but he's not telling Job to curse him out. He's not, because Most High's not telling Job, oh, I don't want you this, that, and the third. Nah. He wants you to endure all the things that Satan is throwing your way. But out of your own lust, you will fall. Whenever you fall, that's what it's going into. Out of your own lust, you're gonna fall. The Most High God is not trying to get you to fall, because he has no use for a wicked man, right? He does not give nobody no license to sin at the end of the day. There's no use for a wicked man. There's no use for a sinful man. But we all are being tested at the end of the day. And he sends these demons our way, whether to tempt us, whether because to as a judgment. It's either one of the two, testing or judgment. So at the end of the day, we gotta stand the course and endure. Let me get this, and then we're gonna close out. This is 2 Ezra chapter 16 and verse, actually, right, I'll start at 71. It says, they shall be like mad men, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Most High. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. That's during Jacob's trouble. That's when all hell breaks loose. It says, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Right? That's those that endure to the end. Matthew 24. A day that endured to the end. Sirach, also in Sirach 5. Right? Or was it Sirach 2? I'm drawing a blank right now. But those that endure to the end, they're the ones who will be known as the chosen of the Most High God. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Most High, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide. right? Don't doubt the Most High, because that's faith. You got to have faith. And when you lose faith, that's when you doubt in the Most High, right? That's Hebrews 11, right? Verse 76. And the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Most High. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. Don't keep on sinning or falling for the same tricks, or saying, oh, it's the Most High who sent Satan at the end of the day. Let me just go ahead and do this at the end of the day. Nah, man. The Most High God sends Satan not so that you could fall, but so that he can prove you. Just like fire, just like gold is tried in fire. Khan. And with that, call halal like how about Shemashah Wumala I don't want to know how shine. All praise to the Heavenly Father for his mercy and grace. Musa willing, this was edifying. Musa willing, we do all this by Hashem, Masha Wumala I don't want to know Yahweh by Hashem Wa Kudash. All right, Shalom, Israel.